Hey guys, Devon Brown, the Success Renegade, here again with another live answer to one of your questions. Now, I love doing these videos, and somewhere on this page, probably above this video, is the link where if you want to actually submit a question to me and post it on a particular page on my blog, I'll get to it just as soon as I can, and I'll actually make a video like this and answer your question live. And so again, that link should be somewhere above this video. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Devon Brown if you're not already one of my followers. And Suzanne, what was I supposed to say?
Oh, to make sure that they notify you that they're following you.
Make sure you notify me that you're following me. Whatever Suzanne said. Okay. All right. So today's live answer to your question is actually a question that's submitted by a lot of people, and I know that it's on a lot of people's minds. I also know that this is a question that I'm actually surprised I haven't answered before, and it's a long answer to the question, but I'm going to do my best to answer it. And what the question has to do with is how to get started in this game if you don't have any money. And one of the questions that is asked by a guy named John, he says, how do I get a program like yours when I don't have a job and I have no money? How can I know that your program will work for me? So let's first talk about the money thing, because I know a lot of other people ask that. James, I think, had asked that same question, and I'm sure a bunch of people ask it as well. So, with regard to not having any money, Lord knows, by the way, that I've been in that boat. With regard to not having any money, we have to understand that there is a money-time trade-off. The thing about money and buying products that people like myself come out with is that it's going to save you a lot of time as far as getting to the end result or the goal that you want to get to. If you want to learn how to make money with articles, for example, I'm just pulling that out of my tush as an example. You can figure it out how to do it yourself, and the way that you would figure out how to do it yourself is by going to the article places and just doing a search on Google for how to make money with articles, how to make good articles, how to get traffic with articles, and things of that nature. So you can go and find that information yourself, see what free information is out there. There's a lot of free information out there. You have to be very specific with regard to what you want to do, and making money with articles is something specific as opposed to just making money online. That's a little bit more generic. So find something specific that you want to do. You can go out there, search the internet for stuff that's out there, and take the time to filter through the information, read it. One piece of advice is that if you're filtering through and reading the information and you see a lot of people saying the same thing, then chances are it's good information. Now, the idea though is with products, and if somebody, let's say I came out with a product on how to make money with articles, the benefit of that product particularly is that it's going to save you a lot of time. I've already found out what works, found out what doesn't work, and I've put it in a concise format, and that's valuable, and it's going to save you time, and it's going to show you shortcuts, which is why I can charge for it. So if you don't have the money, then you got to figure out specifically what you want to do, and then you can just go out, and I'm telling you, as the information is out there, but you've got to be willing to do your homework. And that's the thing, is that most people aren't willing to do their homework. It's obviously a lot easier to make money on the internet if you have money to invest, if you have money to invest in training, and let's make no mistake about that. So if you do have a job, then set aside a little bit of your paycheck each week or every 2 weeks or whenever you get paid to save up for something. And it's something that I had to do myself back when I was dead broke. And so that's number one. Now, if you don't have a job, I can tell you that you're just going to have to go the free route. The problem with the free route is, or not the problem, but the challenge with the free route and going out there and finding information for yourself is that it does take time, and most people are not willing to do the time commitment that it takes to make things happen. So hopefully that's an answer to your question. Another answer is, and please do not start bombarding me with emails on this, this particular suggestion. Another idea, though, is that you can barter. And that doesn't happen often, but it does happen sometimes. If you have a specific skill that somebody who has the product is looking for. I'll give you an example. There's a guy, and this is the only reason this barter thing came up, by the way, but I'll give you this example. There's a guy who does graphics for me, and he's been doing graphics for me for a long time. And he wanted one of my products, but he was a little bit low on money. Now, normally when I do graphics for him, he has a product or service that I want, right? So I have to pay for it, and he charges a pretty penny for it. But there was one particular time not too long ago where he wanted a particular product that I had. He was a little bit low on funds. So what we were able to do was trade. I said, hey, I'm going to need some new graphics for this thing that I'm coming out with. If you make the graphics for me, I'll give you the product for free. So if there's a specific skill that you have, you can ask the internet marketer who's selling the product, hey, I have this specific skill. Can we work out a barter? Now, that won't work all the time, but just keep it in the back of your mind. So that's number one. Now, again, if you don't have a job, then you're just going to have to commit the time. But the funny thing about the time is that you're going to have to commit it anyway, which goes to your second question, John, which is how can you know that the program will work for you? Well, the reality of the situation is that the majority of programs out there don't work for people. And let me be very clear with what I'm saying here. It has nothing to do with the program. It has to do with the individual. And that has to do with you taking personal responsibility for where you're at. I took a $4,000 real estate course back in the day. And that $4,000 real estate course, I commenced to making no money. That program did not work for me. But that program did work for the person sitting right next to me. We exchanged contact information. We stayed in touch. And we were both sitting in the same class. We digested the same information. He took it and made a lot of money with it. He was willing to put the time in, overcome the hurdles, and make stuff like that work, whereas I was not. And that's something that we have to keep in mind. I know that there's a product, the Twitter product that Joey Smith and I just launched, the particular webinar that we just did. That particular product, we had testimonials within 48 hours of people who bought it saying, hey, I can't believe I actually made my first sale online. And that was something that was very low cost that people could do using Twitter and social media. By the way, a little side note, if you want to make money online, and one thing that you can do, and I'll just give you a brief, what time am I at?
6 minutes.
6 minutes. One of the things that you can do is you can get into the social media aspect of things. Learn how to, building a Twitter following is free. Are you willing to put in the time to build that Twitter following? Now, if there's a how to make money with Twitter course that you'd like to buy, and it's $3,000 or something like that, then that might be a little bit expensive. But there's plenty of ebooks and stuff like that out there that are, $37, $57. Joey, my partner Joey Smith, and I actually have a comprehensive video training course with documentation and video that sells for only $197. And so, if you don't have a lot of money, you can invest in something like that, but be willing to put the time in to make something like that happen. So overall, if you don't have money, then obviously it's a good thing to get money. But understand that, let me end by saying this. And hopefully I'm answering your question. Am I making any sense, Suzanne?
You're making sense.
All right, cool, thanks. My verification there. Let me end by saying this. I started this game back in 2001. And what I should have done in 2001 was put up a little site that offered to capture people's information by offering them something of value for free. Obviously, that's known as a squeeze page. I offer you something of value for free in exchange for your name and email address. Now, and then I would have paid $19 a month for an autoresponder. It would have taken me some time to learn how to use it. But if I could go back to 2001, I would. And then, assuming that I had no money, what I would do is I would take advantage of the free methods of driving traffic to that one page so I could build my list. Articles, Twitter was not around back then, but you guys get what I'm saying. Posting on blogs and forums and things of that nature. And had I just done that consistently between, let's say, 01 and 03, by the end of 03, I would have had enough, of a list size to be able to make some serious money. So the whole thing about making money online, if you don't have a lot of money to invest, is it's just going to take time and consistency. It's going to take effort on your part to go out there and find the information on a particular subject matter and digest it and filter through it and take the free information that's out there and try to make something big happen. If you don't have the money and you can't barter, then, save the money up if you have a job. If you don't have a job, again, it just goes back. And that's just a real answer. It's nothing sexy. There's no secret, which a lot of people think they are. To me, on the time, Suzanne, if I'm about to go over. There's no real secret. It's not like, well, if you have no money and you want to make $10,000 by next week, here's the secret to doing it. There's no secret like that. I wish there was. Unless you have a bunch of friends with a bunch of big lists, there really is no secret than that. And if you're watching this video and if you've been online for any particular amount of time, how long have you been online? And if you had started consistently doing one thing when you first started, where would you be today? And that's kind of a harsh question to ask, and it's a question that I ask myself all the time. And once I understood that there's no time like the present to get started, that's when I started, actually making money because I started consistently focusing on stuff. So
9 minutes.
9 minutes, thank you. So I've only got like a couple seconds left here, but I'll just end by saying, how do you make money if you have no money? It takes time. Do yourself a favor. If you've got to get a 9 to 5, get a 9 to 5. Affiliate programs are great, but you got to drive traffic to those affiliate programs. If I was in a position to give you the answer that you're looking for, I would sign up for ClickBank. That's free to do. Then I would go on Twitter, start finding people on Twitter that are talking about certain things, such as follow search.twitter. What is it, Susan?
Search.twitter.com.
Search.twitter.com. Build up my Twitter following and tell them about a affiliate program. But there is a right way and a wrong way to do that. That's in certain products. That's going to save you time. But that's what I would do. So hopefully this kind of answers your question. Again, just be consistent, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.